Hello and welcome to a new BK Talks. Today I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on the NX, Nintendo Switch. Anyway, before the reveal happened, I looked at the idea of a handheld console hybrid as sort of like a very ridiculous and stupid thing. Like even in the concepts through the patents, I thought it was very, very poorly done. Like it didn't look that good. But now that I saw it in the thing, I mean, I still kind of think that it's a really stupid concept. I wish it would have just made a straight up home console. I like the fact there's the difference between handhelds and home consoles, and I just want something like that. I love the Nintendo. So, for the new thing with the Nintendo Switch, they have a dock, which I'm pretty certain is going to be a very powerful machine because due to Moore's law of how processors and things work, have the size, the amount that a processor can hold doubles every 2 years. So, or something like that. I know it gets more powerful every 2 years, and so it's very possible that something that small, from what it looks like, can hold a lot of power, like extreme power. From what I hear for rumors, it said that they're using a new NVIDIA chip that is very powerful. I don't know. The screen, I'm fine with that. I love the gamepad. I love the Wii U. The gamepad is one of my favorite controllers to hold because it just fits perfectly. The Switch has the screen where you put into the dock and you can take off the little controllers, you put it onto they're called Joy-Con. You can put the Joy-Con onto a sort of controller dock for them and you can use that as your controller. Or there's also a separate Switch Pro controller that looks more like a regular controller and it's probably something sold separately. I'm fine with that because I enjoy the Pro controller too. My whole thoughts on it is that at first, I was not interested in it, but then as I saw the trailer go on, the trailer sort of showcased all the pluses to it. The fact that it could do near-field communications with other Switches if taken on the go, and it most likely has online capabilities that are enhanced by playing on the TV at home. Some of the games that we saw that they show, there was a Skyrim Remastered, which I really don't give a two craps about. A new Mario game that's reminiscent, which is what they looked like. It looked like it was in the vein of Super Mario 64. A brand new Mario Kart, which had King Boo and the double items back from Double Dash, for what I can understand from the video and the screenshot. And they also showed off what I think is a new Splatoon. Some people are saying, oh, they're enhanced versions. I don't think they are. I think they're just going to be sequels that they're sticking with. And they showed off more of the Breath of the Wild. It was really cool. I love what I saw. The console itself, I'm still sort of iffy about it, but I think it'll be I think it's a great idea. I think it is a great concept. I think Nintendo nailed it. I think it was perfect. It wasn't perfect in concept from the beginning. Like, it was something that I'm like, okay, this isn't something that it probably will do well because so many people want this. But I don't know how well it would actually do. People are looking at the controller and thinking like, oh, that's really stupid. It's stupid. Of course, they run their mouths. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, though. I can't say anything about it. I look at the controller. I think it's really cool. I think it's cool looking. Like, and I have a twisted sense of what I think looks cool. Like, I love the N64 controller, for example. I think those look cool in their own way, and I think the GameCube controllers look kind of stupid. But I think the the Switch's controller looks actually pretty cool, and it looks very nice to me. I think it looks very pretty. I don't know if that's going to be the final design because they usually, when they show off a controller, or console or handheld, they usually change up the design a little before release. They did that with the Wii U gamepad, where it used to have sort of circle pads instead of analog sticks on the gamepad. And they did that with the original DS. They did that with almost every single console. But I think that I cannot wait for this. The fact that I have been doing nothing but tirelessly researching everything I can about it. In fact, that there is 40 plus developers currently working, supporting it, including the people like Bethesda, From Software, Bandai Namco, Capcom, Konami, oh fuck Konami, but Sega, the list goes on and on. It's a huge list. Telltale Games. There's seemingly no end. It's like all the big third-party companies and some minor third-party companies are jumping on the Switch and are ready to do it. So we know that there's going to be a lot built around this console. If this console fails, it'll be surprising because this console could be the more powerhouse, a bigger powerhouse than the PS4 and Xbox One. Ooh, I'm falling. Ooh, almost on the screen. I just can't wait. I'm really excited for this. I didn't think I would be as excited as I am for this. I was hoping that it would just be a straight up home console at first, but I'm surprised myself in liking the design, liking the overall thing. There's like some specifications that I can't confirm going around about the gamepad. It's the tablet itself, which they say is a touchscreen, which I don't think it is a touchscreen. Oh, and cartridges are back. I am so glad. I am so glad that they're moving away from optical discs, because optical discs are the stupidest thing. They were good back then, but they have been very useless since early of last generation. I can't think of much else to talk about with it. The trailer was really nice. The trailer showcased the fact that the different controllers, showcased the different ways to play using it, showcased the at-home play, and then taking it on the go, which I thought that was really cool. I thought that was really cool because I can't word it. I can't words. Yeah, so that's pretty much my thoughts on it. I think it's really cool. I think that they're onto something with this, even though I would have preferred a straight up console. Not like I'm fine with gimmicks. Like gimmicks are the best. But like I would have preferred like a straight up like home console like the Wii U. And seeing this now, it's like, now what are they going to do next? Like, I know they're sticking with home consoles. They're definitely going to. There's no way that they're going to just drop out of that running. But I'm just trying to think, after the Switch, what could they possibly make next? If they make just a straight up console, I don't know. Because every console's had a gimmick. Except maybe the SNES. Like, the SNES didn't really have a gimmick. The NES was like pretty much just like, here's all these accessories. Everything, like half the games ran with an accessory. Say like the Zapper or I can't say half, there's like 800 games in the library and most of them run with the thing. But there's so many gimmicks with it. Like they had the Power Glove, they had the pad for the track and field game. They had the Zapper, they had a bunch of other stuff too. The SNES is the only one that really didn't have any gimmick besides that got the Super Effects chip later on in its life, but I can't count that as a gimmick. And maybe the Super Scope, but the GameCube its gimmick was, oh, here's tiny discs. And it's a lunchbox, very portable. That was its gimmick. The Wii was the motion controls, which are very, very innovative, and the Wii U gamepad was the next gimmick, which I'm fine with gimmicks. They're done well. Nintendo does gimmicks well. It's just that people like to complain because they aren't the same as PlayStation or Xbox. It's like if they were the same as them, then it'd just be useless. They just make Nintendo as worthless as they are. Because we only need like PlayStation. We only need PlayStation other than Nintendo. Not saying that Xbox can't exist, but there's really no point to it. There really isn't. Especially with Microsoft making a bunch of their games both PC and console releases, which is very smart on their part considering Xbox is pretty much a dying brand. Especially since they lose money on it every year for the most part. Anyway, I just went completely off topic. The NX/Switch I think is great. I think the name is a little strange, but some people say that it's actually a good name. It makes sense. But overall, I have to say, give at least the reveal, the Switch itself, from the reveal by itself, at least an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, but there's a couple of things that I'm like, it could be better, but I know I'm definitely probably going to get this at launch, and I'm going to enjoy it immensely, especially with the new especially with the new Mario Brothers game. A new Mario Kart, since I have most of them except for the SNES one. A new Splatoon game, which I love Splatoon. So, anyway, what are your thoughts in the comments? Anyway, just leave it in the comments below, and let's see you next time. Bye.